Very good Wednesday morning. Now, currently it is just after 7 o'clock in the morning, and I've just watched something, and you know what it is? If I hadn't have seen this with my own two eyes, I would never have believed it. But what it shows you, right, is a lorry carrying goods travelling down the motorway at 56 mile an hour because they're restricted. I know because I went down that road. Now, what it shows you is the lorry is driving along the road and a car comes up behind it and he gets really, really close. Somebody pops out of the sunroof, two of them, and they basically open the back doors of the lorry and they are basically stealing goods from the lorry. And the report I've just watched, there's been 9 of these so-called attacks. Now, when I left the buses, I wanted to get they used to call it Class 1, but they changed its name to CE. And I really wanted to do this because I'd had a long time doing large vehicles in my work at one of my jobs in Newcastle upon Tyne. However, that never materialised because I failed the exam twice. I got all the blooming questions spot on, but the practical test on 2 occasions I failed because basically the examiner, and I didn't take I didn't pass the exam to become a lorry driver, having had years of experience on really large vehicles. But when I seen this morning, I was absolutely gobsmacked. And as I'm recording this, it is 7:24 a.m. And apparently 68 million quid's worth of goods have been stolen. And that's just this year. That's incredible. But this form of stealing, it's truly incredible. And the reason why it's truly incredible is because they're doing this at 56 miles an hour. Now, in the report, you had drivers who, I think they're called trampers, where they're driving along and they have to take a rest. Some stop overnight, and I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to basically pass the test, get the license, and eventually to buy my own vehicle. But that was crushed by the examiners because I failed twice. Now, here's the thing. When they're doing this kind of robbery, at 56 miles an hour. If that vehicle, the front vehicle, the lorry, hits the brakes or there's a blowout or something like that, that person who is getting into the back of the vehicle, they're going to end up in a critical, if not life-threatening position, because they're going to go under the wheels of the car, or they're going to bounce off the hood of the car, and whatever's behind that said car, well, it's going to be messy. And I've only just come across this, so I thought, yep, I'll do a video on it, because it is insane. Now, one of the other points they made in this report on BBC, because that's what I'm watching, BBC News, they're on about thefts where in certain vehicles the trailer at the back has like a curtain, and some people have like had an overnight stop because they have to, and they've come out and the curtain has been cut away so that they can get at the goods. Now, we all know that we're living in a cost of living crisis, but these criminals, well, they're getting away with it. And the thing is, when I went to do my course, that was in Birtley, in Gateshead, up in the northeast, and I went from there to a place in Sunderland so I could move through from doing the questions to the practical. And because I failed twice, the first time I was on a set of traffic lights and the traffic lights changed. Now, I was doing 30 miles an hour, and because I was at the point of no return, if I had slammed on the anchors, the possibility of something hitting the back end of the vehicle and causing serious injury, I wasn't going to do that. I didn't even do that when I was doing the job up in Newcastle, driving much bigger vehicles. And I've never done that because it is dangerous. The bigger the vehicle, the more responsibility you've got. And in the second instance where I failed, what they did was I had learned in my first vehicle, which was automatic. The first vehicle was a breeze to drive, and the second vehicle, they threw me off because when I went in to do the test at 6 a.m. in the morning, the vehicle I had been training on, well, that was up on jacks, and the owner of the yard where I was training at, he turned around and said, "There's some keys, go and check the vehicles in the yard." And from your gears being on a stalk, you've got two indicators under your steering wheel. I went from that to my gears were here. That threw me off. And when I went for my test at Gosforth, as I was doing my reverse, which was perfect, the examiner turned around and said to us, "In your own time, pull away." And I was unsure at the controls, which I did tell him. Didn't listen though. And when I pulled away, I was actually in manual. Now, I'd never been trained on a manual, apart from a car. So, as I pulled out of the test centre on Sandy Lane, I was in manual, and that part, as I headed towards the roundabout, that's where I failed. Because it took me 2 sets of traffic lights to realise that I was actually in first gear and not in automatic. And here's the thing, right? First test, 12 points, 12 minors. And the second, 4. And I still failed on both. So it just goes to prove to you at the end of the day, you know, you put in the effort and you can still fail. So this, what I've just seen, because I'm still watching the BBC, and it is 7:33 a.m. It just goes to show you at the end of the day. You see, my plan was to pass the test, go work for a local company, driving a big rig, and then save up and buy my own, and then do what another YouTuber has done, Luke C. First vehicle, second vehicle, third vehicle, and as Jade, who was our advisor, she said that you would need, once you get 2 or more vehicles, you would need a transport manager. So I thought I would share that with you, because I did try, and when I had the second failure, I just went, no, it's not for me. And it was because of all of my years of driving experience. That's why I went for it. But didn't realise that they were going to do an article this morning on that. And going back to the video footage, at 56 miles an hour, if you do go under the wheels, you're not coming back, you know. So very dangerous thing to do, and I just thought I would inform you all, because public safety, really at the end of the day, you know, if you're going to be stupid enough to attempt to do stuff like that, then there's big consequences, and it's not just for you, it's for your family as well. Thanks for watching. Now, if you like my video content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and spread the word. Thanks for watching.